time has come. All nations, all the means of communications, the Church of Jesus Christ, gather to hear the ruler of the Gentiles, one who died, was resurrected, and returned to life. He has returned. The Lord is here. José Luis de Jesús Miranda, the man Christ Jesus.
Hello, Blessed. Today's topic is the time of Reformation, and now the man Christ Jesus.
Let's go to the letter to the Hebrews. It was symbolic for the present time, in which both gifts and sacrifices are offered, which cannot make him who performed the service perfect in regard to the conscience, concerned only with foods and drinks, various washings. That's what the Jewish people do, and fleshly ordinance opposed until the time of Reformation. So then, this was imposed until the time of Reformation. And the question is, when is the time of Reformation? Because it was supposed to happen 2,000 years ago. Because as soon as Christ dies, the time of Reformation should have started. But there is a predestination here. Why were things not reformed then? Because even though Christ died, that's when the powers of the age to come came, and things should have been reformed. But for some reason, 2,000 years went by and time was frozen. That's why Paul says that time is a rudiment. In other words, they were supposed to reform things 2,000 years ago, but they were not. Number one, which cannot make him who performed the services perfect. Symbolic for the present time, in which both gifts and sacrifices are offered, which cannot make what? Regarding what? The conscience, because your body will not be perfected. Speaking about the conscience, as soon as I clean your conscience, you start to reign in life. Philippians 3:21. Who will transform what? Why is he going to transform it if it's perfect? The conscience is clean, but the body. Why lowly body? Because look how it has made you feel low. This bandit, hello. What does this thing not hurt? And it hurts, right? Sometimes I get so upset and bothered, but I can't deny the Lord because it has helped me understand this message and to console. But I have been very bothered by this body that I have. And it is there for that. Look what it says. Who will, this means that it's not transformed yet, who will transform our lowly body that it may, hello, be conformed to his glorious body, according to the working by which he is able even to subdue all things to himself. This means, going back to the topic, this means there is a perfection that the evangelical world has not experienced. You know why they have not experienced it? If they are honest, you can ask them, why do you fast? Why do you think that you could lose your salvation? Why do you think that the devil can go in you? Why do you think that God can find you in sin? Why? Because they do not feel perfection. If they felt perfection, they would say, no, of course. Nothing could separate me from the Lord. I am saved forever. How can something perfect be lost? The question is, if that happened 2,000 years ago, then why weren't people perfected in their spirit? Not even one, even Paul, but he died. But change was supposed to happen 2,000 years ago, but why didn't it? Why couldn't anyone receive a clean conscience? So then, It says, imposed until the time of what? Of reformation of what? That was imposed until Christ dies and resurrects. But Christ died and resurrected, and it continued being imposed. Are you following me, what I'm trying to tell you? 2,000 years ago, this was supposed to disappear. Baptisms and the cleanings and the laying on of hands and the doctrines of Christ, all of that was supposed to stop over there, but it didn't stop. It continued. So then this was a predestined act that no one would understand, the Reformation. And notice, with reason, verse 11, look what it says. Verse 11 of Hebrews 9. But Christ came, and being present means corporally. This means that even though it took place, just like Paul, he knew the revelation, he understood it. And what did Paul say? After my departure, grace would continue. So then the transformation started over there. However, Christ had to come and activate it. Well, look at 1 Corinthians 4:5. Therefore, notice how things were so confusing back then. Everybody was filled with questions that Paul had to say, therefore, judge nothing before the time but Christ came, until who will both bring to light the hidden things of darkness. You know that's what I'm doing, bringing to light. Bringing to light that situation took place. That's what I'm doing, bringing out to light. Because this was locked up. This was not seen. Look what it says. Luke 18:8. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. This is a parable. But there was a question. Nevertheless, when the Son of God comes, look at this cut. He was speaking about Jesus of Nazareth. How could he be talking about Jesus of Nazareth if he was already dead? This means that they were waiting for the manifestation of the Son of Man. Look what it says. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man comes, he will rapture them and take them to heaven. And where was he going to find faith? In the churches, in the congregations. Will he find faith? How could he find faith? Well, listening to a confession. Will he really find faith on earth? But that's prophetic. Because if you know that the Son of Man would delay so long, and in the death of Jesus of Nazareth and the time of Reformation was supposed to happen, and then now he says, Paul says, after my departure, don't wait for anything, but we have to reform things. But after my departure, it will not be able to happen. But it's supposed to. Yeah, it's supposed to, but I don't understand this. Let's let the Lord come and explain this mess, because I do not understand this. I know that on the cross, Christ changed the covenants, but I do not know how to explain this. Even I'm writing this covenant, and I'm asking why no one pays attention to me. Oh boy. And you would hear the people, he's going to leave us with nothing. Hey, but what he has given you, he changed carobs for pearls.
Blessed, I am a good fellow soldier.